Imagine having the worst possible problem in the worst possible moment. Today, we talk about gas sharing between sidemount divers and what conditions could lead to this situation. Welcome to our first episode of our new series about cave diving scenarios. This is how it works. We are going to simulate emergencies and see how the average cave diver might respond. It's us diving, of course, but we're not going to behave as instructors. We want to keep it real, so we will introduce only the minimum conditions necessary. And at the end, we're going to analyze what happened. With this scenario, we want to answer one simple question. In what situation would a sidemount diver need to share gas? The sidemount configuration, we can use it to do many different things, but the two main purposes are self-reliance, like for solo diving, and removing the tanks, like when we are in a small restriction and an overhead environment. We all learn to use the long hose in our basic sidemount course, but because the tanks are independent, what could possibly happen that will cause the diver to run out of gas from both tanks? It's highly improbable, but it's not impossible. Let's see how. Welcome to the briefing room. Let's break down what happened, what went wrong, and how to fix it. When the divers reach their turnaround point, they have in each tank enough gas to reach the exit, which means that even if they lose one, they can still get out with the other one without any assistance. And that's why sidemount is great for solo diving. Now, the team leader experienced a free flow right at the maximum penetration point, which is the worst possible moment. And after doing a valve shutdown, he decided to feather from the tank that is leaking to take advantage of the leftover gas and save the other tank for later. Now, once he ran out of the gas from the tank that was leaking, he goes to the other one. And at this point, because they were already going out, this tank contains more than enough gas to reach the exit. But it's almost running out of gas right before to get to the exit. Now, I witnessed divers being stressed, doubling their gas consumption. When they start to share gas, he still have a little bit left, which was a great move. Ask for gas before to be completely out. And as you can see, realistically in sidemount, you're not gonna have to share gas for more than only a few minutes, because you cannot lose both tanks at the same time at the maximum penetration point. This is like a meteor striking on your head when you're on the street. Despite being a little bit clumsy in the execution, the divers follow standard procedures and they managed to safely reach the exit. So they did a decent job. Let's see what it went wrong. Number one, I already said bad luck, because having a gas failure at the maximum penetration point, guys, is the worst possible scenario. Number two, the regulator free flowing. This, guys, is human error, is poor maintenance, because the regulator, they don't just blow up by themselves. Number three, and we already up to 3 factors to have this situation. Stress obviously is not a human error, but what is a human error is not being conservative enough in your gas management, or not training enough to operate under stress and control your breathing. Both equipment maintenance and increased consumption under stress, they can be reconducted to an evaluation mistake that you do during your plan or even before that. Usually accidents start even days before you go in the water, if you look at the chain of the events that led to that situation to occur. What can we do to avoid this to happen in future? Number one, maintain your equipment, don't be lazy. Number two, be conservative on your gas, don't be stupid. Just because there is a rule of third doesn't mean that you cannot be more conservative than that. And number three, train to operate under stress. Train to control your breathing. Super important. So if you are a safe diver, you're never gonna need to share gas with the long host. You're never gonna need a long host in a team of sidemount divers. But if you are a beginner, you're not experienced enough to evaluate all the possible outcomes of your actions, sure, you actually are supposed to dive with a long host. Mauro and myself and many other instructors, we dive with short hoses when we are together, because we don't plan for gas sharing. We are used to dive solo. But we are trained and certified for that. We are also trained to swap tanks underwater in case of an unforeseeable situation to occur where we really need assistance. It's improbable but not impossible to be in that situation. You have to decide what risks you want to take and which ones you want to mitigate with your procedures. And at the end of the day, we can just say, dive within your psychological, physical, and training limit. Don't fuck out. So, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episodes of the Cave Diving Scenarios.